sex addiction or compulsive sexual behaviour.
Mr. Kendrick Lamar, he had a sex addiction, and I call it addiction because sometimes you act in certain ways based on things that might have happened to you in the past. Sex is a natural thing. We don't seek outside pleasure for sexual gratification. We can actually get it by ourselves if we wanted to, and so when you say sex addiction, to have an addiction, you go outside yourself to actually get it, and that will give you the happy highs that way. But with sex, you already have the happy highs in you. You already have the happy dopamine in you. You already have all the happy hormones in you. It's about releasing it, and some people choose to release it in a certain way that seems addictive, but it could be that looking in their past, there's something that that happened, and they used sex as a soothing mechanism, if you can say it in that respect. I know I made you wait. Basically, maybe it is that my girl was waiting for a long ass time. Like, there's been so many episodes of him doing things that she didn't like. Because if I'm listening to the song, how I think he's trying to portray it to his personal person, that's how I will say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's asking his wife or his partner if he's able to express himself, maybe confess all the things he's been getting up to without her getting vexed with him. That's how you can look at it. Speaking to a lot of men, I hear that they don't feel heard sometimes. I really do. And I understand and I empathize with them in that respect. So I don't know if that reference in regards to "can I trust you, don't judge me" is in regards to that, or in regards to the fact that he's going to confess that he has an addiction. And yeah, can you not judge me? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. But then when he says, "I wonder where I lost my way," he could be talking about, I wonder when it first started that I even had the mindset to cheat. I mean, I've
messed up on you. I've done things that I shouldn't have done. I'm also holding myself accountable enough to tell you all the things I've done. Don't judge me on it, please. Please don't judge me on it.
And that judgment could be in regards to what I was saying, that, you know, men sometimes don't feel like they've been heard. So once they have expressed themselves, they don't then want to kind of be chastised for it in other ways, if that makes sense. So he's asking if he can show his vulnerability to somebody without feeling like he's going to be judged for it. And, you know, being vulnerable with somebody is the most strongest thing that you can do in a relationship, if your relationship is strong enough to hold it, if that makes sense. And you'll only know that by getting to understand how the person you are dealing with meets your needs and your wants, and the same way you do with them. He can't hide away from his truth anymore. His truth is just too complicated to hide now because he's just doing it so much. Or his behaviour might be seen as being compulsive. And, you know, when I talk about sexual addiction, I would relate to it more as being a compulsive sexual behaviour in regards to the compulsivity of it being linked to something that might have happened in your past, and sex is how you use whatever happened in your past that maybe you are uncomfortable with, or you have some trauma there with, and you're using sex as a way. But it doesn't mean we need to just take that meaning out of it and see how you still feel in being sexual in that way, because everybody has sexual desires. Everyone has different sexual templates. Everyone has different ways of wanting to be sexual. So his way, without all of those meanings of what happened to him in the past, could be exactly the same. Still wanting that release of having a lot of people. I don't know. But if we were to take that out and talk about it, and he can express it and see what, you know, where the linkage of how his behavior has been in the past to his sexual behavior, if there is any link there, cool, we can talk about it, see what we can do about it. If there's no link, you know, Kendrick, you go on your way, I go on my way. You know, we talked, and that is just you. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, he feels that there is something there. I will explain in another video. Let me just stick to what I'm coming to do today, okay? Because I'll talk too much, guys. Let me just give you small. You know what I'm saying?